My peeps, hello, hello. I was thinking earlier this morning about something about having grown up too quickly. You know, just being in a familial situation where somehow I was supposed to be older than I was, or I was actually in many years behind my siblings, but I kind of fit into their peer group. And that was wonderful in a certain way. I learned a lot, and I was kind of pulled out of my loneliness. But there's something about, like, my mother was very childlike. So in a way, I was not. And that's somehow playing out in ways I don't really understand now, about a fear of growing up or resentment about having to be, I'm not sure. Let's find out. It might not have anything to do with what shows up. Lovers. There's some really important connection here. It involves a choice to move into the energy of the archetype, which in some ways is to, I was going to say surrender to the story, but that's not quite right. See the story? There are archetypal stories that are true for all of us. They express in one way or another through our culture, through our particular familial history. But there are stories related to being alive, being human. And they've been written and revised over millennia. And we're still in the process of doing that, being able to revise the story. It's a choice to step into a relationship. It's sort of Libra energy. I mean, technically Gemini. But look at the beam coming down from above. And it sort of both separates them and unites them. You see, they each have a hand in the light. You know, they're individuals, but they're meeting up somehow in this angelic consciousness. Whoa, okay. Oh my God, Tower. Or not, maybe. I don't know why that's funny. It's like, because it hurts a little bit. Well, Tower hurts a little bit, but it's a liberation. It's the crack that is created by this event, but which actually can release the peace. Release the peace, ladies and gentlemen. And this isn't even by choice. This is sort of the universe saying, right, you know, you want this unifying light, you need to be cracked open. You know, fly free. Become a phoenix. Get through this barrier. It's the same beam of light, I think. There it is. The path to getting out of the tower. And there's the beam again. But somehow transmuted into, I mean, it's always the universe. Tower isn't really there to, it's not there to punish us. It's there because something in circumstance, perhaps just in the psyche, needs to be cleared. This is a dramatic epiphany, I think, about a choice. and turning this fissure into this mutual understanding, sword energy, clarity, brilliance. And there may be a bit of walking through the fire, but it's really, if we can, and I see the Tower as a kind of Scorpio energy, in that it's a transformation of great magnitude. It's a volcanic, it's like an earthquake. It might be a 4.0, enough to knock you down and knock the dishes off the shelf and upend things. I don't know why my voice is so quavery. It's like, oh. Well, in the wake of the Tower, we'd be sort of, there'd be a recovery time, because it's like, boom, the impact of the thing. Quaky voice. 10 of Swords. The old way of thinking, the old hurts, the old failures at communication, the old need to sacrifice. In sword energy, that cycle is completed. And maybe by, it was delayed and delayed and delayed. And finally there was a choice, a mutual choice. Not necessarily romantic. And somebody in their comments the other day pointed that out. This resonates for me, but not as a romantic relationship. It's a work relationship. And I think I often skip over that, because that's the part of my life that feels the most unresolved. A cycle is over, perhaps in Scorpio time, where the fissure becomes the route to connection. Gemini, Scorpio, 10 of Swords. And I notice in this depiction, he has from his heart all the way down through his root chakra is a fissure. A red line, a cord. The cord has been cut, perhaps by some dramatic event that was mind-blowing, but that liberated you, both. Knight of Wands, there's that card of liberation. This knight keeps popping up in reading after reading, and he's a pop-up sort of knight. I'm getting the pop-up stores, they call them. I don't know why that comes to mind, but it's like suddenly, Rue's coming, suddenly something that wasn't there shows up in fire energy. Full of vim, full of vigor, full of excitement, full of fill in the blank. Hermit. Well, very opposite energies, really. Virgo's an energy of deep consideration, going quiet. A card of Virgo. To get your own light shining bright again. To be able to see the path, your path. And it might be, and out you go. I don't know which way to hold it. I think like this. I think that's sort of the light, both the light in Tower and the light in Lovers. You'll be guided by your innermost wisdom where to go, and go fast. And it might be somebody coming into you quickly, and your back is turned. You know, here they come, and your back is turned. So you don't see it coming. You do not see this coming. And that dovetails nicely with Tower. It's a surprise. It's like bang. It's like, you know, could not have anticipated how fast and how dramatic this change is. It's suddenly 10 of Swords is something. Cycle's done. We're on to the next thing. And I think it unleashes fire energy, this Knight of Wands, going to come toward you and perhaps, in a way, create a Tower moment. Because in this spread, you're hermit. You're peaceful. You're removed. And somebody's coming for you. It's going to require a choice. Lover's card on both people's parts. People's parts. Prince of Swords. That's Knight of Swords. Oh no, I'm sorry, this is Page of Swords. This is sort of the dawning understanding. So I think Hermit may have withdrawn to get a truth, and here it is. You know, it's the lesson he was looking for, he, she, they. It's a guy depicted on the card, but, you know. Whatever's going on here also has to do with a balance between the masculine and feminine internally, between your desire to act and your willingness to wait, not in a passive way. You know, Hermit, in a sense, is waiting for the enlightenment so that they can move forward. Okay, and the lesson is about hangman. Process what you're feeling. And perhaps go for it, you know. In 3D, somebody needs to get on their pony and ride. Ride, Sally, ride. Because somebody's been in suspension trying to hold back, or the universe is saying, hold up till you process your feelings. We haven't seen any Cups energy per se, but we have seen Lovers. While it's an air sign, it's to do with the big connections. The choice to connect on that deep level of all the stories about the trials and tribulations of the lovers coming together. Okay, the trials and tribulations of the lovers coming together. There's been a loss, you know, there's been a loss. Cups poured out, cups spilled. This person that's what they're feeling. That drain of energy. I don't know if you've ever passed out, but there's a feeling right before you do where you can just feel everything draining out of you. But this is the promise of those Two of Cups being filled. You know, the sun is rising, the rainbow's out. You know, the sun is rising after this period of grief. During that period of grief and feeling it all the way through your being, you've gotten the lesson. The grief isolated you, yes, but to a purpose. You know, you were in the dark so that you could see the light. That's the oxymoron, and here's the light. So you could see the light, which is also sort of the card of seeing the light, of understanding it, of gleaning the lesson. It's revealed to you. Fire energy, Leo. But, you know, and this is what somebody does about it. Wand energy. I'm going forward. I'm going for it. And, you know, when I said, there's no cups energy, and out popped these. That deep consideration of one's own sadness, what's been holding somebody back. You know, out comes the sun. It's pretty straightforward. I don't know who is taking the action. Who's taking the action? I think it's a Leo, or, you know, a fire sign person. Somebody who's come into their own happiness. Who's taking the action? The one who has found a new way of thinking, of seeing things. You know, this character is sort of like under the water, submerged in feelings that are at crisscross purposes that aren't clear. This is about the direct, I mean, the stag is looking right at us, sort of demanding, I think, from this sun person, like, I'm not sure, get real. And sun is an energy of being revealed, exposed, out of shadow, you know, into the light. What's the Seven of Swords, Five of Cups, please? The loss and the feeling of like, oh my, I'm getting like disassociation. You know, where you just can't, your brain says, this isn't real, I don't know what's going on. It's that opportunity to feel, perhaps for the first time in a long time, after this period of mourning. And that Pisces energy of figuring it out, getting the epiphany. That's a very gentle way to get the epiphany. This is like a very dramatic and disruptive way that the epiphany is coming in. On Knight of Wands, Hierophant. You know, the power of higher power is, you know, kind of blowing this person out of the starting gate. And out they come. You know, in this case, usually Knight of Wands is considered an erratic energy, the back and forth switchback path. I'm not getting that from this. I'm getting it. Higher power is propelling this individual forward, like in a beeline, the shortest distance between 2 points. You know, out of this, I can't see it, is it real energy, into, I see it, it's my happiness. I'm going to lean toward the light, except in this case, I'm going to beeline toward the light. You know, I'm now enlightened myself. Fire energy. And, you know, on the basis of this download or understanding of how to get there, it's a canard. A canard? I think that's like a bad joke. You know, it's suddenly tower moment, you know, getting the download. Kaboom. And again, we have the dove image. In tower, it was what was released. And this is the power of the higher power. Queen of Swords on Prince of Swords. I like that. It's learning your own truth in sword energy, the energy of lovers. I think both parties had to get the lesson. She's somebody who's not afraid to articulate her truth. She'll say it. She doesn't mince words. She's got it. And again, we've had that combination rather a lot in earlier readings. You know, the light coming into Hierophant's head and the light coming into Queen of Swords' head. It's sort of like that. You know, that higher power enlightenment. Coming into somebody's head, Queen of Swords. She speaks the truth and she discerns between what's true in somebody else. You know, she would sniff out this energy so fast. And so I think whoever is coming in has to come in, you know, completely revealed. No sneaky business. No more sneaky business. No more sneaky business. And I thought there was another card. Well, let's see. Anything else? What does the Queen of Swords know? She has clarity on something. And Queen of Swords might also be the Hanged One. The one who has clarity on their sadness now and on this, and there's the Dove again coming out of the Ace of Cups. Clarity on how to get clarity, on how to move away from conflict, on how to move forward. You know, it's a sword energy, but again, this water, this boat. And we get that in lovers, sword energy, but it's to do with love and connection. There's something very restorative. You're moving toward you're navigating toward what? Whoa. Chariot. Card of Cancer. Water energy. Toward this forward movement in the brainscape or with communication, improved communication, communication that's no longer about a clash, it's about a coordinated forward movement. There are two orcas here and the one kind of uber orca above. Forward movement into clarity, and it allows for this emotional forward movement. These two. with their hands in the light. It's like a pact. And I don't have my glasses on, nor have any handy, but this is a cup between them. So there's that, that cup reference. And it's kind of like, duh, lovers, but this is the realization of this, both in the sense of the understanding of it and the making real of it, is based on this emotional leap forward. It's like, wait, go! As kids, we used to play red light, green light. And it was, somebody could call it red light, green light, and everybody would take off. The race is on. Somebody's moving forward quickly. Maybe first thinking about it, getting their head straight. Both of you, both orcas, coordinating, pulling in the same direction, emotionally. That's the change. That's the thing that ends the old way of thinking, the old Ten of Swords, sword energy sacrifice. No longer having to sacrifice. And this is a card of sacrifice also. Can be. But it's a cycle that's wrapping up, Ten of Swords, because something's been processed. No more deception, into the light, and into this amazing, it's not even flow energy. This is a little bit, not rapids, but like controlled, fast movement. Fast movement. Controlled. Hierophant is a card of Taurus, which is earth energy. It's stable. So this is fast and passionate, but the major arcana energy, the heavy hitting energy, is one of stability, on the basis of allowing higher power to run the show. Allow higher power to run the show. Seven of Cups again with the dove. Out of confusion, the offer comes. No longer confused. The dove being liberated. Somebody's picking up the cup, like taking up the challenge, I'm hearing. Last card out of the deck, Libra energy, justice. We're just now in Libra time. A card of balance in relationship. Balance in relationship. Both sword energies. The clarity, the understanding now of what is fair. I know it now. Balance in relationships. Both people kind of gripping the light. Gripping each other. Their hands are clasped. In Libra time? Could be. Our major arcana cards are Lovers, Gemini, Justice, Libra, Sun, Leo, Chariot, Cancer. Got a lot of major arcanas. Ladies and gentlemen, Hangman, Pisces. Towers. I mean, look, I can't even hold them all in my hand. It was a big reading, but it was, more major arcana than minor. Pretty sure. Scorpio. Hierophant. Hermit. Yeah. The tower lets in the light. The light lights the path, guided by everything that guides you toward growth. Right? Toward growth. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to fan them out. And they're just... A shift has taken place. There's been a tower moment. And it was a good thing. Because it just unleashed energy of Chariot, energy of Knight of Wands. This transformative powerhouse. I'll see you next time. I don't have words. I think the cards speak for themselves. I hope so. If they do, slam this. Like it. All that do is allow you to be notified when the next one pops up. And I think we're on a streak here, like a blue streak, So come along for the ride. See you later.